What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with another live stream today. We'll be talking about Arsenal captain Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. He is a doubt for the game on Saturday against Manchester United, man. A big loss for Arsenal, man. We have been in good form, but, it would have been great to have him available for this game. A real big clash. And, listen, I'm not rubbing this into any Man United fans out there, but I enjoyed that game last night. I enjoyed that Manchester United game last night against Sheffield United, man. A lot of Man United friends of mine, they've been talking about title challenge and this is their year, 21 titles, and they go and lose to Sheffield United, man, what have they won? One game all season, Sheffield United, and they go to Old Trafford and turn them over, man. Big up David McGoldrick, a Nottingham friend of mine, man. That was a big victory for them. Man United fans, it pulled them down a peg or two. But listen, we know it's going to be a difficult game against Manchester United. I don't know if that game will affect the game when we play them. I just, I enjoyed it. It was great football banter, to be fair. Today I was only, a minute late, people? My West Indian timing's getting a little better. The Jamaica clock's getting a little better. Big up everyone in the comments. Man United friends off from WhatsApp, mate. I haven't heard from them all day. They'll be quiet, man. Don't worry. You won't hear too much from them. Arteta needs to win on Saturday. Got a feeling he might do 3 at the back. I wouldn't like to see that, man. I want to see him, go for what we've been working with. Martin says, Curtis, you crack me up every day. Oh, yes, and also offer an interesting insight. Big up. Respect, bro. ZT said, I was celebrating hard when Sheffield United scored. Come on, man. Man said £10 fine. Yo, apologies, people, man. We're getting there, though. McGoldrick, he never scored that. No, he didn't score. But it was great to see. And I literally turned that game on thinking this could be 4 or 5-0, and it was crazy. But yeah, Omar said the abuse Twanzebe got is a disgrace. Absolutely disgraceful, I won't say Manchester United fans, because to me, once you do that, I don't consider you a fan of football. What I will say is people were racially abusing Twanzebe on his social media account because obviously the shot hit him and went in. I don't know if it went down as an own goal or not, but, racially abusing him. And I have to say, on behalf of, myself and everyone, football, I think we stand by him in this situation. It's disgraceful. And, I just think these social media platforms, Twitter and Instagram, they have to put something in place where you should have to show identification to set up an account. It's crazy that one person can go and set up 10 or 15 accounts. It's ridiculous. And when, I won't even call them football fans, but when people are doing things like that, man, it's a disgrace, seriously, man. So, listen, he's a Man United player, but I stand beside him in this situation. Disgraceful. Arsenal FC says, thank you, Curtis. 10:50 in Jamaica. Big up. Yeah, a little later today. So, people can tune in from all around the world. Marshall said, yo, Big C, Liverpool v Spurs watch along tonight. I will be doing it. 7:45. We are underway. Come and join me, 7:45 p.m. UK time for an 8 p.m. kickoff. Tottenham against Liverpool. Big game. Jose already talking smack about Jurgen Klopp. So come and join me for that. DT was saying this as well. I mean, listen, I don't agree with everything that guy says. That's for certain. But listen, we can agree on that. You should definitely have to show identification to set up, a account on social media. How can these people just say whatever they want and they're not accountable? You can't even trace them down. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Aubameyang better be back for the United game. We need him, man. Big up Ray Jad's TV. People go and subscribe to his channel. Liverpool vlogger. He's got a preview out as well, and I'm sure he'll have a review out tonight as well. Very good channel. Go and check out his channel. Fox in the Bin said, Curtis, thoughts on Chig? Listen, what do you want me to say, man? I don't know, do I? I don't know. We all know what it looked like, but what was it? I can't say, man, but it wasn't a good look. Let's put it that way, man. It wasn't a good look, Big up Kurtz. Great show, Mr. Shaw. Big up everyone. ID won't work. People are loudly racist on Facebook. That's crazy. Do you have to show ID to register on Facebook? I don't actually use Facebook, so I don't know how it works. But they've got to do something, man. You know, Sam Green says, big man Curtis on the buttons. Big up the general. Respect. Let's talk about Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Now, of course, he's come back now from apparently he put out this statement saying that his mum has been ill, and this is why he has missed the last 2 games. The rumors are that it was COVID, although it hasn't been confirmed at the moment. But COVID is what people are saying they suspect it to be. And, you know, they're saying that he may not be available for the weekend. Mikel Arteta said that he has to have a negative COVID test, and also depends on what frame of mind Aubameyang is in. Obviously, it sounds like his mum was in a very serious way. And, you know, is he going to be in the right frame of mind to play football? You would hope that with his mum making some sort of recovery, that maybe Aubameyang is desperate to get onto the pitch. But we would kind of understand if he felt like, you know, I'm still not in the right frame of mind to play. Let me just big up a couple more people in here. Big up my boy Franny Green as well. Go and check out his channel, Forever Football with Franny Green. What's popping, everyone? Hit the likes for my bro. Respect. Big up my boy Wax. Quality YouTube channel as well. I will be on his channel tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Come and check that out. We'll be previewing the United game. Go and subscribe to his channel as well. Excellent channel. 250 people watching, only 50 likes. Go hammer that like button. Big up, man. Respect. So let's just briefly look at what Mikel Arteta said in the press conference regarding Aubameyang and whether he'll be available. Although there were a few other things that he went on to say that they haven't put in the comments. He said here on whether Aubameyang could return at the weekend. He said, I don't know. I spoke with him yesterday. Things are looking better at the moment, but we're going to have to wait and see. He also said about the players dedicating the Southampton win to Aubameyang. That's what we was talking about, what we always expect from each other, that when someone is having difficulties, then we understand him, we protect him, give him our love, and be right behind him. That's what we needed. So, you know, you're talking in the right spirit there. He also went on afterwards to say that, of course, Aubameyang has to present a negative COVID test before he can be considered for selection. It also depends on his frame of mind, whether he will play or not. In the team news, he said that Dani Ceballos and Pablo Mari would be back in training either today or tomorrow. So they could be available for selection against Man United as well. Kieran Tierney as well should be back, although they do have to assess him, Smith Rowe and Thomas Partey. But from what I've heard, all 3 will be available. He was then asked about Martin Ødegaard, whether he will be involved. And he said Ødegaard will be joining us and we'll have to see how he gets on in training. He hasn't played a lot of football. I think he's only made 2 appearances in the last 6 weeks for Real Madrid. So whether he's match fit or not, me personally, I would like to see him on the bench. You know, I think surely he's got 20 minutes of fitness in him. If the game was 1-1 and you need a little creativity, I think we should see him make his debut this weekend. Mikel Arteta is a little more pragmatic. It wouldn't surprise me if he doesn't involve him. But for me, I would have him on the bench. I would definitely have him on the bench. Big game this weekend against Man United. And that defeat, to me, you know, I think that opens the door for us to go and beat Man United. I know they will probably react and you would expect them to play a lot better than they played against Sheffield United. But I still think we need to catch Man United while they're down. You know, certain teams, when they've been beaten, it's like a wounded animal and it's actually the most dangerous time to play them. But I actually think Man United have got a lot of egos in their dressing room. And I think sometimes when United lose a game or two, the wheels start to fall off a little bit, you know, and then questions start to get asked of Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. If we beat Man United, all of a sudden you send them into a little bit of a mini crisis because you know their fans are not overly keen on Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. You know, there have been a lot of times it's looked like he was 1 or 2 games away from losing his job. All of a sudden he rescues it. So listen, I'm looking forward to that game. Really looking forward to it. Peter says, big up Curtis, love the content as usual. Thank you very much. And I think for Man United, that defeat was embarrassing. You know, if they'd lost to anyone else in the league, there would have still been a little bit. But to lose to Sheffield United, 1 win all season at home as well, you know, I think that would have damaged their ego, man. And we know there's a lot of egos in that Man United dressing room the likes of Pogba, the likes of Bruno Fernandes. So listen, I'm going into that game with a little bit of confidence. And I did a show today on AFTV. It should be out tonight. Me, Laurie, and Rants. Rants was on there. So come and check that out. I will have a preview out tomorrow as well. I'll let you know the details on that. Saeed will be on the channel, and maybe get Rants on as well. So look out for that. Wilson says my prediction is 4-2. I'm going for 2-1, you know. I'm going for 2-1. I think Arsenal can beat Man United. You're right, though. Their away form hits different. Their away form has been brilliant this season. Their home form is what has held them back a little bit. You know, they lost to Tottenham, Palace, Arsenal, of course. We beat them. They lost to Sheffield United. So 4 defeats at home. But their away form has been a lot better, to be honest. So it is going to be difficult. We could do the double over United this season. When was the last time we did that? People, when was the last time we did the double over Man United? Crazy, man. Crazy. But let's see how that goes. Again, let's have a quick look at some transfer news regarding Arsenal. Monaco in talks to sign Lucas Torreira on loan. Lucas Torreira is currently on a season-long loan at Atletico Madrid, but has started just 2 matches for the La Liga leaders. Monaco interested in signing the midfielder, but a move would require Atletico to agree to cut their loan deal short. Now, Lucas Torreira, he's gone to Atletico Madrid on loan for the season. He's had a horrible time there, as you can see. 2 starts. He's nowhere near enough. He would have probably got more game time than that, being at Arsenal. We know that Atletico Madrid are furious with Arsenal for the way we got the Thomas Partey deal done. I think what the intention was, what Arsenal did, Arsenal went to Atletico Madrid and said, look, we know you've got a 45 million release clause for Thomas Partey, but what we want you to do is negotiate slightly lower, get the deal done earlier, and then you've got time to go and replace him. And also, we don't mind giving you Torreira. But what they did, because they wouldn't negotiate, Arsenal just said, all right, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sign him on the last day of the window and give you no time to replace him. And I think Diego Simeone was fuming with that. But I don't mind that. Listen, you've got a release clause in that deal. We can activate that like that at any time we want to do it. We'll do it. And we did it on the last day. I wonder if some of that is the reason why they're treating Lucas Torreira so bad. You know, they were lucky we even allowed them to have Torreira on loan. But 2 starts is not good enough. Now, reports coming out of Monaco are that they want to loan him until the end of the season and then sign him on a permanent deal on a 3-year contract come the summer. And I think Lucas Torreira's time in an Arsenal shirt is over, in my opinion. I think clearly he didn't settle well in London. You heard constant rumours of him wanting to play in different countries. Was it the weather? Was it the speed and intensity of the league? The first 6 months, he was brilliant, Torreira, when he came to Arsenal, and it really went downhill from there. It's a shame because, to me, better than El Neni. Guendouzi as well is better than El Neni, so would they have come back and had an opportunity? Maybe. But then I think, listen, we need to raise funds this summer in order to go and sign other players. And if we can get, they're talking about maybe 15 to 20 million for Torreira, I would let him go. And I think, you know, if he can go on loan to Monaco, do well, sell him for 15 to 20 million, then I think everyone wins. But I don't think Torreira will play for Arsenal again, to be honest. Keep Torreira, sell Xhaka. Yeah, interesting. What would you guys like to see happen? Looking at our other midfielders, outside of Thomas Partey, who we know Thomas Partey, General Partey is an absolute boss. What would you do with Lucas Torreira and Guendouzi, who are out on loan at the moment? Would you bring those 2 back? Would you sell them both? Would you keep one and sell one? What are your thoughts? Apparently, they only want to pay 9 million for Torreira. What I was reading is Arsenal want an inflated loan fee, and then they would only pay about 9 million as a permanent. So it may be like 6-7 million to take him on loan with a 9 million. So you're still looking at about 15 million for him, which isn't great business, to be honest. Kent says, Big C, will Ceballos sign with Arsenal? I don't think so, personally, unless Real Madrid let him go very, very cheap, 15 million or something like that. I think you'll see probably Ceballos end up in Spain He constantly talks about Real Betis as well. Torreira's not good enough. I just think he needs to go elsewhere. I would cash in on him. And I think, 15 million. Look, there are a lot of players this summer. You got to look, right? David Luiz, Mustafi, out of contract this summer. Obviously, Mesut Ozil, Socrates have gone. You would expect Kolasinac to go as well. We've got decisions to make this summer. Torreira, Guendouzi, El Neni, Xhaka, Bellerin, Lacazette. These are 5 or 6 players here that could be sold this summer. Also, maybe players like Willock, Nelson, and Ketil. You've got decisions to make on them. And we can raise a lot of money from selling some of these players. This comment here from Wayne is, I kind of understand where you're coming from. Xhaka is a ticking time bomb. You're almost waiting for the red card or the horror show. He's actually played well the last couple of games and has looked a lot better with Thomas Partey next to him. But can you rely on him for a full season? I still think Xhaka needs to be upgraded, but then do you make Xhaka a squad player or do you sell him? I don't know. These are big decisions that the club need to make. Guendouzi maybe keep, Basuma in, El Neni sell, Ceballos out, get Aziz in. Guendouzi is a matter of attitude. If his attitude has improved, then I would potentially bring him back because I still think there's a talent there. In Guendouzi, he's 21, he's a French international. That is potentially a 30-40 million pound player moving forward if you develop him as a squad player. As I said, he's having a child now. If anything's going to mature you as a person, it's becoming a dad, and I hope that it matures him. But as we saw the other day, Hertha Berlin, he was having a massive argument with his own player as they came off the pitch, which is crazy. Thomas said, our last 3 managers all rated Xhaka. Yeah, listen, I looked at Xhaka the other day and I thought, you know what? Is he been in need of a Thomas Partey next to him all this time? I think we've kind of made Xhaka the main man over the years, where maybe he needs someone who's significantly better next to him to enable him to go and play. I still don't trust Granit Xhaka. I need to see him perform over a longer period of time to be convinced. And listen, for me, I would still, at this stage, depending on what happens between now and the end of the season, I would still be open to offers for Granit Xhaka in the summer. If we could get 20-odd million for him, I think I would still cash in. Ebby said, give Guendouzi a lifeline. He just needs guidance. I kind of feel like that, I'll be honest. I would like to see Thomas Partey, maybe a Basuma. You've got your attacking midfielder in Smith Rowe, maybe Odegaard, whatever happens. But I still think we then need 2 more midfielders. So he's going to keep either El Neni or Xhaka, to be honest. Let's be honest. I don't see him selling both of them. And I would then like to go and see a Houssem Aouar or someone like that. As imagine if we had Partey, Aouar and Basuma as a 3 in midfield. That's kind of, the level I want to see as we're building forward. Would you sell Eddie for 10 million to West Ham? I think we could get 15 for him. If we sold him for 10 million, there would have to be a significant sell-on clause, like 15, 20%. But I think if we could get 15, I would sell him. Oliver said we won't get 20 for Xhaka. How much do you think we'd get? Maybe 15 to 20? I think we could scrape 20 for Xhaka. It depends what club we're coming in for him, but I would sell him for 15 as well, to be honest. So there you go. Jay Torres says, big up Curtis. I took my officer's exam, so I missed the Southampton match. Oh, man. You missed a good game there, man. You missed a very good game. Finally, I would sell Eddie for 10p. That's harsh, man, Yeah, Xhaka, man, told the fans to F off and survived, Zachariah said, thoughts on Thomas Tuchel. Is it Tuchel or Tuchel? Still, I get these pronunciations mad. He would have got you up to top 4 and win you a trophy. See, I think he's a very good coach. I got to be honest. I do like him as a coach. But he seems to have a lot of fallouts with players. And I think that's where he needs to calm down at Chelsea. But I saw Chelsea played the most passes in the Premier League this season in his first game in charge. So clearly he wants them to play a different way. But yeah, it'll be interesting how he gets on. Tuchel, he calls it. Tuchel. See what I mean? I call him Tuchel. Thomas Tuchel. Dear. I think you missed the super chat, Big C. Apologies, man. Was it when I was sharing the screen? Let me have a quick look. But yeah, Thomas Tuchel, I call him. I think he's a good coach. You know, he was being linked with Arsenal for a little while. I've never been fully convinced by him. You know, he did all right at Dortmund, but fell out with players. And then at PSG, you know, I think Neymar fell out with him. And, you know, I'm not sure. The German Sarri, he calls him. That's harsh, man. We'll see how he gets on. I actually think he'll do better than Lampard, if I'm being honest. 2-1 win Sunday. I'm buzzing. Come on. Saturday, my bro. Saturday, 5:30. But yeah, I went for 2-1 as well. I went for 2-1. Tuchel is a very good manager. I think they brought him in more than anything to try and get the best out of the likes of Havertz and Timo Werner being a German coach. Also, the fact he was the manager of Thiago Silva, that was his captain at PSG. You know, so you know, I think they will look at it like that. But I do think he's a good coach. I think he's a better coach than Lampard, to be honest. Man said Fat Frank had to go. Listen, you spend 220 million of Roman Abramovich's money, mate. You've got to put a title challenge in, and he didn't. So it was inevitable. Do we need a winger? I would take Neto. Neto's an excellent player. Really like him. He would cost a lot of money, man. He would cost a lot of money. They wouldn't let him go for nothing. You know, he would cost, I reckon, 40 million for Neto. Last minute 1-0 win for Arsenal. That would sit well with me. Can you imagine the scenes of that going in? There will be absolute scenes if we score a last minute winner. Super Pete for a brace at the weekend. Listen, Pete, I'm telling you. Pete, you know, I put him on the green screen before the Southampton game and people were skeptical, like, oh, you got Pepe on the green screen. I don't know about that. And he showed up. But he has to back them performances up now. You know what I mean? I need to see him turning up on a regular basis. 3 or 4 games out of 5, you know, not 1 out of 5. So, Pepe, you better keep turning up. Football Capo said, Curtis, thoughts on Odegaard, comments that he idolised Cesc. Listen, said it many times. Cesc Fabregas, one of the best midfielders I've ever seen play for Arsenal. Simple as that. This guy got in the Arsenal first team at 16, was bossing Champions League. I remember him bossing Patrick Vieira when he was at Juventus, you know, Champions League. Fabregas, I know Arsenal fans don't like him because he went to Chelsea, but the guy's an absolute boss, man. So I'm not surprised that Odegaard admires Cesc Fabregas. Growing up, he was a player that I seriously rated. One of our best ball-playing midfielders. Yeah, good point, Graylin. Arteta was talking about a possible loan move for Reece Nelson in this transfer window. And me personally, I would be in favour of that. I think, you know, the fact we've got Saka, Pepe, you know, Aubameyang plays on the left sometimes. You've got, you know, Willian and Pepe and Saka can play on the right. I think Reece Nelson needs to go and get game time. I have to admit, I have not been fully convinced by him. He looks to me like another under-23 star that he's struggling to turn that into first-team football. As you say, Willock is also stuck. Hasn't really moved forward. Cesc made me a huge Arsenal fan. Still feel he loves the club. He does. Listen, I don't care what anyone says. I put a lot of that blame on Arsene Wenger. We sold Cesc Fabregas to Barcelona with a buyback clause in his contract. That means if we match any offer that is made for him, we get first refusal. Chelsea offered 35 million. He was our player. Cesc Fabregas said in interviews, he was telling his family, I'm going back to Arsenal. Arsenal have got first refusal. I want out of Bar, so I'm going back. Arsene Wenger said, no, I've got Aaron Ramsey and Ozil. I don't need you. And didn't bring him back. One of the worst decisions I've ever seen from Arsene Wenger. Fab went to Chelsea, ran the show and won the title. Scored a lob against us. It was ridiculous. It was an embarrassing decision from Arsene Wenger. One of many. You know, he let pride get in his way, man. Oh, you left and you went to Barcelona, so, you know, I'm not going to bring you back. Who could blame him? Number one, the guy is Barcelona born and bred. Number two, that was the best Barcelona team in recent history under Pep Guardiola, with Messi scoring ridiculous amounts of goals. But Arsene Wenger held it against him for leaving. It was a ridiculous decision. So stupid that he never brought him back. And we had so many of them mistakes from Arsene Wenger. Again, just quickly, Mikel Arteta was talking about our guy Odegaard, about the fact that he could potentially sign for us on a permanent at the end of the season. Now, he was saying in an interview, Martin Ødegaard brings special qualities that Arsenal have been missing. I mean, that's an interesting one, because what does that say about Smith Rowe? Not that he's criticising Smith Rowe, it's just, does he feel he's actually got something more than Smith Rowe in that number 10 role? He was praised for his high level of dribbling ability, his unique skill and talent on the ball, his ability to drive and run at players. As someone put in the comments there, Odegaard said that Cesc Fabregas was one of his idols growing up. So he said, he watched a lot of Arsenal as a kid. And Mikel Arteta went on to say that Odegaard is somebody that, if he does well on this loan, he would like to bring him here on a permanent. So I think Real Madrid have probably given certain guarantees. It seems that Zinedine Zidane doesn't favour him. And I think if Zidane is still the Real Madrid manager next season, then Zidane will be willing to sell him. What my problem is with this deal. Now, I know Real Madrid don't often put option to buys in their loans, but the thing about an option to buy, you can get a fee put into that deal. The problem we have now, if Odegaard comes to Arsenal and tears it up for the next few months, Real Madrid are going to say, you know what, we viewed him as a £30 million player, but he's done that well at Arsenal. We want 45 million. We want 50 million. All of a sudden, Arsenal might go, we can't afford to pay 50 million for him. We could have paid 30, but not 50. Or Real Madrid might go, you know what? Modric is getting old. Toni Kroos is getting old. We'll bring him back here. And this is where my problem is. As a big football club like Arsenal, to me, you shouldn't take players on loan without an option to buy. My only thing could be, maybe Arsenal are thinking they will sign somebody else in the summer. I don't know. It's an interesting one. It seems like a win-win situation for Real Madrid, where we don't completely win in this situation. But hey, let's hope he can hit the ground running. Arsenal manager Mikel Arteta says new signing Martin Ødegaard needs to be given time to settle after arriving from Real Madrid on loan. I mean, he's only got, we're nearly at the end of January. He's got February, March, April, May. It's a 4-month loan. He needs to settle pretty quick. But listen, I'm excited to see him play. He's somebody I've watched play a number of times. Definitely talented. I've always said two things in his game that I think he will have to adjust in the Prem. Number one, he dribbles a lot. If you're going to dribble, you need to be very good, because in the Premier League, you get clattered. This ain't Spain. Number two, he's a little bit lightweight, but he is good on the ball. Is he physically strong enough, and can he deal with the speed and intensity? But I hope he's on the bench against Man United, because, listen, if we need a goal last 20, 30 minutes, I would like to see him come on. So good luck to him moving forward with Arsenal. Hit the like button and subscribe, people. Only a short one today, half an hour. Big up everyone for tuning in. Jack Grealish in the summer, a man can dream. I mean, there are these rumours that Arsenal will try and sign Grealish in the summer if they get Champions League football. What a signing that would be. Make sure you like on your way out. Hit the subscribe button, people. I will be back 7:45, Tottenham against Liverpool. Big game. I will be back again 2 p.m. tomorrow. Just a short video today. So make sure you tune in tonight, 7:45, Spurs against Liverpool. 2 p.m. tomorrow, we'll be previewing Arsenal against Man U. Enjoy the rest of your day, people, and I will see you later. Take care. Bless.